Hello hopeful friends, I'm Della from Court of Hope, Cornwall. Welcome to my channel. You may remember in November last year, for my 1-year YouTube anniversary, I said I was planning on making a few things for myself to use in my sewing room because it's nice to have pretty things with your tools. Well, today is the 22nd of February 2026 and it has been 5 weeks since I had a heart attack. So I haven't done much, as you can imagine. But it's also the day that starts the 100-day project 2026. Now I've been doing this for 4 years as far as I can remember, so I have a bit of brain fog. And last year I made this day-by-day hexagon sort of scrapbook little journal, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a few unwell days last year, so it was great to just do one thing a day, and I'll leave a link below and you can see how I did that. Now during that time, I'm just looking through to find the page, so it's towards the end. You can never find it when you want it, can you? There we are. I actually used some fabric for some of the hexagons, and I've been collecting this black and gold and a little bit of white fabric for years and years, always thinking one day I'll do something spectacular with that. Well, anybody who knows quilting or any type of craft sewing, you buy your fabric and you put it in your stash and you take it out and stroke it every now and again and think, oh no, I can't use that yet, I can't use that yet. This year, after what's happened to me, I am not going to do that anymore. I'm going to use my beautiful fabrics, and I thought this was the perfect time to use my lovely fabrics, try and get back to doing something every day. And I won't bore you with it, but I've had extreme fatigue and some days I don't want to do a single thing, but I think I can manage to tack a hexagon, so that's what I'm going to plan to do. And the hexagons will be quilt as you go. I made this last year as part of my, I think it was the first thing I was going to make in my black and gold. So it's a hexagon cut out with a smaller one, wadding inside, batting, and then you just tack around the edge. I do have a video of how to do that somewhere. And I made 2, and then you join them in the middle, and that's my needle case. And I've attached my scissors and things to it. So I already had that. That's my my start to my pretty sewing room. And then not a lot's happened since then. So it's time to finally cut out these fabrics. Now just setting this up today, I'm quite exhausted to be honest, but I am going to cut out one. It is the morning, so I've had a night's sleep, so I'm going to start with this one. This is my favourite fabric at the moment because it's hexagons as well as black and gold. So I'm going to, my plan for this week is to cut out some of this fabric as the background, and then each day have a different inner colour. Hope that makes sense. Oh, I'm worn out already. I'm going to do this. I might have a little break and then cut this out. Right, it's a few hours later. I did have a bit of a rest. A bit longer than a few minutes. Anyway, once I sat back down in the studio, I actually managed to cut out 3 large hexagons because I hate cutting out, and I thought while I'm here I might as well get a few ahead, because I know on some days I won't be able to do cutting out, so it's the sewing that I want to do every day. And I did that, and I decided to use this lovely chevron shape. I don't know if you can see it. They've all got a gold shimmer in them. They don't always show up on camera, but in real life they're absolutely beautiful. And I've made my first one. Yay me! Oh, now that may not seem much to you, but I'm so happy to be taking part in this 100-day project. I read somewhere art is healing, and I really hope it is. Mentally, of course. It's not going to help you physically, but anyway, I'm not going to rant too much because I'll end up crying or something. But I'm really happy with myself. I know that's a naughty thing to say. We shouldn't take pride in ourselves, but I'm happy that I've managed to do this, and I already have a couple cut out ready for tomorrow, so I don't need to come in here anymore. I can just sit in my comfortable chair and sew when I feel like it. I'll see you when I've done a few more. I'm back. It's nearly a couple of weeks, I think. Oh my goodness, I have enjoyed this so much. Some days it's taken me all day to do one of these. So I've matched it together and pinned it, and then come back a couple of hours later and sewn it, and then the edges, and then a few hours later I've come back and it's just a sort of a running stitch, and I've done that to actually quilt it down. But mentally, oh my goodness, what a difference this makes. I know Kate at the last Homely House says, get out of your head and into your hands. Oh, Kate, you are so right. This has really saved my sanity, I think. I'm not exaggerating, people. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I realised earlier I forgot to say what I'm using for my wadding batting. This is Hobbs Poly Down that I've had quite a while now. It's quite lofty, and probably not ideal for a long-term project, but this is the first quilt as you go quilt I've made, and I bought this way earlier last year, I think, for something else, one of my charity quilts, I think. No, I didn't use it. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm waffling again, aren't I? Sorry, brain fog. Blame the meds. But it's okay, and this is for me, so it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, especially the quilt police. So that's what I'm using. It's horrible to cut out, but if I have a good day, I have cut out again a few in advance, so that I don't have to do it. I can just enjoy the sewing. So I don't know when I'm going to be back. I forgot to say there is a free Facebook group. It's just called #the100day project. So I don't know when I'm going to upload this video. So it may even be over. But all the previous years are on there, so go and have a look. It's usually February each year, and there's so many photographs for inspiration. It's free to join. There is a website. Just put it into your search browser, 100-day project, and it'll come up. There is an optional paid program, but I don't do that. I find the community just as good on the free group. It works for me. I'm not doing this commercially, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't get out there. So, yes, I'm not going to bore you by showing you what I did every day. So it'll probably be quite a while till I get back to you. But I'm hopeful, whatever you do. For now, stay hopeful, and I shall see you later. Bye. I'm back, and it's the 12th of April, which is day 50, so I'm halfway through. Don't really have the energy to do a lot today, but last night really I did lay out the 50 that I've done, and I just did a quick photo. Did I do a video? Can't remember. You'll see one or the other. See you soon. I'm back, and I can't remember the date, but I'm on day 98. Where has that time gone? Oh my goodness. I'm enjoying this so much. I've had some good days and some bad days. But every day I've done my little quilt as you go hexagon. I think, not that I have many followers, but if I do have some followers, and maybe in the future if people want to follow me, I said about the wadding I've been using, the batting. I just use Gitterman, it's polyester. The quilt police will say, oh, you should only use cotton. Well, I use this, so tough luck. And the needles I use, I like John James needles, and these are milliners, and I use the finer ones, so they're about a size 9, I think. I got this packet a while ago, and I just keep the current one I'm using. I keep it in my needle case, and when that becomes very blunt I move that onto something else and put a fresh one in there, because if you put them back in here you don't know how long you've been using them for. I hold my hems, my surround, my frame together with these little clips. These are actually hemline gold clips because they're in black and gold. But you can get them, the official title is Wonder Clips. That's the trade name if you get the original ones. But if you just put in quilting clips into your favourite store, it'll come up. They come in all sorts of colours, so if you're not like me and don't need to be matchy-matchy, then just get a mixed bag. I mostly use scissors because to cut everything out, because as I said, I do have a little bit of brain fog. Not that I do cutting out when I'm feeling a bit woozy. I don't. I'm not silly. Please be careful, everybody out there. But I feel I have more control with scissors. But if I'm having a good day, I will cut out with my rotary cutter. As you can see, this needs a new blade. It's not rusty. I don't know why it's just discoloured. I think maybe it just gets a little bit worn out. Or it may be reacting with the polyester, because I use this for my wadding, my batting. So I don't use my nice scissors for both. I think that's it. Oh, yes, I've laid them all out again, and I did do a video this time, so onwards and upwards. This is day 98 of the 100 Day Project 2026, and I'm just making sure that my black and gold hexagons, quilt as you go, are everyone's different, and that I've actually filled them all in. I am going to carry on because I want to make a bigger quilt to fit on or underneath our mantle with the hashtag on the labour's mantle. And I probably need double this amount, but this was for this year's project, and I also did it for the May Challenge 2026 for Daisy and Grace quilters. So 2 projects in one. Absolutely loved it. Totally addicted to Quilt As You Go now. So I should be doing a lot more of this. Hello, it's the 1st of June 2026. It's day 100. Yay, I did it. Well done to me and well done to anybody else who's doing the 100-day project. Now, I have decided to carry on because for my mental health this has been amazing, and I actually want to make a bigger quilt. So I think, if my maths is right, I need 176, so nearly double, but that's fine. Meanwhile, I've been using my lovely gold giant thimble to hold my clips in. But I usually put my my scraps in there, but as you can imagine, after 100 days there's been quite a lot of scraps. So I've been putting them in these little zippy bags. And I have a plan for these one day. Remember, I'm cutting into my favourite fabric, so I'm not letting these go. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a little receptacle for my clips. And it'll take me a while, so I'll get back to you when I've done it. Well, we're a few weeks later now. It did take longer than I thought, but that doesn't matter. Little every day. That's what this project is for me this year. So every day I made an extra hexagon, and then I've sewn it together, and I've made a blossy basket to hold my clips. So it's double-sided, so if you wanted to, you could have just plain on the other side. It's exactly the same method. And now I can just keep my clips in there, and it will even fit my needle case and some thread. So if I was on the go, I could just pick that up and take it with me. Now, I have all sorts of clips and buttons and fastenings, but I just don't have the energy to hunt through for those. So I thought, what about one of the clips? Now, I can't remember on standard clips if they have this little hole at the top. They must do, mustn't they, because of the metal bit. Anyway, so I sewed mine on to the lid, and it still opens and closes. There we are. Isn't that cute? And I've added one of my year charms to it, and one of my hexagons. Yes, I know it's a spider's web. You know we love Halloween, Pinkween, but it's a hexagon, so I love that. So I'm carrying on. I don't know what I'll show you next, because I don't want it to be boring. I need to make a lot more. I'm just carrying on. So I shall see you at some point in the future. I've just popped back to show you this little pincushion I made. I've had a few medical appointments, which I've been a little bit anxious about. So I wanted something really small that I could just sew to take my mind off things. So I had plenty of scrap left, and I've just made 8 little 1-inch hexagons, sewn them together, and then you just fold it up. So you make a flower and fold it up, and then put another one on top. It's a bit like the blossy basket, really. And I filled it with scraps, of course, no waste, from my Hobbs poly down wadding. I've really packed it in. I can't believe how much I got in there. So I might make a few more of these in the future, when I'm back in the mindset of making things for charity. Oh, listen to me. That's a positive thought, isn't it? That's just hit me. Oh, lovely. Yes, so I've put some more of my charms on again, and that can also go in my little glossy basket for if I'm doing some travelling. I'm still making my hexagons. Don't know how many I've done. So I think the next time you see me will probably be quite a bit in the future when I've started sewing them together. Hello, it's the 22nd of August and I've been sewing my hexagons together for quite a while now. Very much enjoying it. Sitting in this comfortable chair, and I went to get a drink before I filmed. Came back in and someone else has decided to film with me. Jolly! Oh, the tail's going. He knows I'm talking about him. So I think I'm going to end this video here, and I will get back to you when I've nearly finished or I've finished. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with me. I'm sure this is going to be quite a long video. It's been my progress since the beginning of my unwellness, shall we say, such word. And yeah, it really has helped. So as Kate says, get out of your head and into your hands, and art is definitely healing. Do please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Whatever you do, stay hopeful.